Have you ever had that dream of just stepping outside your door and picking fresh, delicious vegetables for dinner? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig in, literally, and show you how to make that happen. We are turning that green dream into a delicious reality, guiding you from that very first seed all the way to the final amazing harvest. But first, let's just bust a huge myth right out of the gate. So many of us think you need a massive yard, a sprawling plot of land to have a real garden. Well, I'm here to tell you that's just not true. Not anymore.
You see, the secret to modern gardening isn't about having more land. It's about using the space you do have in a totally new way. And the first rule is super simple. Go vertical. We've got to start thinking up, not out.
And forget about these giant, overwhelming plots that take up all your time. Honestly, small-scale gardening is often way more productive and a whole lot easier to manage. So, our second principle? Go small. We're talking pots, containers, and those clever little corners of your home.
And finally, you can forget all about backbreaking labor. The best home gardens today run on clever strategy, not just brute force. So what's the last and maybe most important principle? Go smart. It's all about working with nature, not fighting against it. So what's the deal? Why is everyone suddenly so interested in growing their own food? Let me tell you, it's about so much more than just having a fresh tomato. Let's dig into the real reasons behind this green revolution. I mean, the rewards are just incredible. Imagine having fresh herbs literally steps from your kitchen. It's such a powerful way to connect with the seasons, to just calm your mind. Some people even call it vegetable freedom, and I love that. It's that feeling of satisfaction and self-sufficiency. You're not just planting a garden, you're building your own beautiful, edible oasis. Okay, let's tackle that first big hurdle, right? Space. You might be looking around thinking it's an impossible barrier, but today's gardeners have come up with some truly ingenious solutions for any home, no matter how big or small. This chart right here shows you exactly how to start thinking differently. Got a balcony? Hanging pots are perfect for strawberries or lettuce. Have a small deck? A ladder garden gives you all these different tiers for herbs. And even if you have zero outdoor space, a sunny windowsill can become your own little herb and microgreen factory. I mean, think about the savings alone. A single plastic container of herbs is what? A few bucks at the store? You can grow an endless supply for pennies. You can even hang one of those shoe organizers on a fence and use the pockets for leafy greens. The possibilities are absolutely everywhere once you start looking.
All right, so now that you've found your space, it's all about technique. And this is the really cool part. This is where we learn to work smarter, not harder, by tapping into the science that makes a garden truly thrive.
Now, the first key idea is something called crop rotation. And yeah, it sounds a little technical, but trust me, it's a simple and incredibly powerful concept. All it means is you don't plant the same thing in the same spot year after year. Why? Well, this keeps the soil from getting drained of certain nutrients. And this is crucial. It totally messes with pests and diseases that might be hanging out in the soil, waiting for their favorite meal to come back. And look, here's a super practical plan anyone can follow. In year one, you start with legumes, think beans and peas, because they actually put nitrogen back into the soil. Pretty cool, right? Then the next year, you plant leafy greens like lettuce, which absolutely love all that nitrogen. Year 3, you bring in the heavy feeders like tomatoes and peppers to use up those nutrients. And finally, in year 4, root crops like carrots come in to break up the soil. Then the cycle just starts all over again. It's a perfect, self-sustaining system.
Okay, let's look at two other powerhouse techniques. First is intercropping. This is all about efficiency. Think about it. You plant deep-rooted carrots next to shallow-rooted lettuce. They aren't even fighting for the same resources underground. Then you have companion planting. This is all about teamwork. It's like finding the perfect neighbors for your plants. It's pairing up plants that actually help each other out. For instance, tiny microbes on onion roots can help protect cucumbers right next to them from diseases. It's amazing.
And this slide shows these amazing partnerships in action. Did you know that tomatoes and asparagus can help keep each other's worst pests away? And planting marigolds with cabbage is a classic gardener's trick to repel all sorts of bad bugs. My favorite might be corn and beans. The beans literally use the corn stalk as a natural trellis to climb. You're basically creating a tiny, super efficient, self-supporting ecosystem. So we've covered the science of what to plant and where. Now let's get into the fun stuff. The actual physical design of your garden. Let's talk layouts and structures that will become your personal green oasis. You've basically got two major philosophies to choose from. On one hand, you've got the potager, or the French kitchen garden. This is just beautiful, a mix of veggies, herbs, and flowers, all laid out with an eye for aesthetics.
But on the other end of the spectrum is the square foot garden, and this is pure, brilliant efficiency. You take a small bed, divide it into a grid, and plant intensively. And seriously, don't let the small size fool you. A well-managed 4x4 foot garden can produce a shocking amount of food.
Whichever layout you choose, you're probably going to need some structures. Raised beds are an absolute game changer if you have bad soil. Stock tanks are super popular right now. They look cool, they last forever, and they save your back. And trellises? They are completely non-negotiable for vining plants like cucumbers. Growing vertically doesn't just save space, it actually keeps your plants healthier by letting air circulate.
But what if you're really limited on space, like just a tiny city balcony? What does the future of ultra-compact gardening even look like? Well, the answer lies in some truly mind-blowing designs.
Okay, check this out. Based on an actual patent, this is a rotating balcony rack. It's a multi-layered vertical structure, but the genius part is that the planting boxes are staggered and the whole thing rotates. This ensures that every single plant on every level gets its moment in the sun. It is such a clever way to pack a ton of plants into a tiny footprint. And get this, some designs even have self-watering systems built right in. This is some next-level innovation for the urban gardener.
All right, after all this planning, all this smart work, we finally get to the absolute best part of the entire journey. It's time to talk about the payoff, taking your amazing harvest from the garden and putting it on your table.
And remember, the harvest doesn't have to be a one-and-done deal. With something called succession planting, you just sow a few new seeds of fast-growing things like lettuce every couple of weeks, and you get a continuous supply. You can even regrow plants from kitchen scraps. And my favorite tip, look for cut-and-come-again crops like spinach and herbs. You just snip off the outer leaves, and the plant keeps on producing for weeks. It's fantastic.
But it's so important to remember this piece of wisdom. A great garden is 3 parts construction, 7 parts management. That means the setup is just the beginning. It's the consistent, long-term care that is the real secret ingredient to a thriving, successful garden.
And really, that's the core message here. Creating your own personal, sustainable oasis, a space that feeds both your body and your soul, it's not some impossible, far-off dream. It is so much more achievable than you probably think.
So really, the final question isn't if you can build your own home garden, it's just, when are you going to start? Your personal oasis is out there, just waiting for you. The only thing left to decide is, what are you going to plant first?